One of my roles is to develop a project around dance for the county, so Dorset, Weymouth and Poole. And one of the projects I'm managing is called Portrait, which is a project from Dorset Youth Dance. And the aim of the project is to provide young people with the opportunities to do more contemporary dance around the county, because there is no provision, or very little, especially in West Dorset. The company has been running since 2008, and we currently have 10 members in this year company. As part of this year project, because every year the company is working on different projects, we've been approached by one of our partners called B-Side. They are a multimedia arts festival in Weymouth, and basically they wanted to deliver different projects with youth, the involvement of young people in Weymouth. And I've received a call saying that they wanted to work with Shorten, who's worked with Wonky dance company previously, and wanted to ask me if Portrait would be interested to do such collaborations. So I talked to our rehearsal director, who's working with the young people on a regular basis, and we thought that was a fantastic opportunity, really. So what happened after that is that on the 2nd of April, Shorten came to work with a youth group in Debenhams, and they worked around site-specific and the concept of it. So basically what it meant to create a dance piece in a site-specific place, and how do you create a piece in a shop, for example, and how you get inspired from what's around you, but also how you work with audience members who technically are not necessarily audience at the beginning of it. They're just customers and passerby, and basically they develop some kind of different aspect of the dance, and imagines some phrases and choreography. And Sarah left, and Callie Reader, who was working with the young people, carried on after that to create more work. And that's what is going to be performed at Debenhams on Saturday the 28th of May. And we're just hoping that the young people will be able to just show the work they've been creating with Sarah, really. And probably surprise some people and customers at the same time.
How did the partnership with Debenhams happen?
Really, it's been B-Side who's been brokering that relationship. Sandy has been contacting the manager of Debenhams and asked them if they wanted to do a project and get some young people performing in the shop. And so when Sarah told me that and said, "Oh, we've got a great relationship with Debenhams," I did have to speak to the manager a few times, and they've always been very welcoming. We just had to arrange some time for rehearsals, really, and make sure the staff were okay with that. So yeah, it's been very good and quite easy, actually. More than I would have expected if you had told me originally such project could happen.
So do you find there is an audience for dance in Dorset, or are you developing it?
There is an audience for dance, definitely, but it always needs to be developed. I think there's so many aspects of dance. From people are obviously more and more into dance with programs on TV, but I think it's also very important for them to see live dancing into our local theatres, and you know, get to meet other companies as well in different styles: hip hop, contemporary, Afro-Caribbean. That's the variety of dance is so fantastic. I think there's something for everyone, really.
Tell me about the participants in Portrait.
The way it's working is basically we've got auditions every year, so usually it's happening between September and October. We're distributing flyers across the school in West Dorset, Weymouth and Portland, and also North Dorset. and just invite young people to come along to a very friendly audition, basically, because the number of places are limited in the company, unfortunately, due to the lack of space, and also we only have one rehearsal director. So we usually recruiting between 15 people, between 10 and 15 people, and this year we've got 10 members, and 7 are going to perform at Debenhams. Some of them are coming from Weymouth, some of them are living in Dorchester. We used to have some people from Bridport as well. So it's quite, we try to make it as diverse as possible, really, and young people to be able to experience dance from wherever they're coming from, really. The young people don't necessarily need previous dance experience, especially contemporary, because there's not such thing available at an early age at the moment. But most of them do have some background in tap or ballet. But when with the panels looking, we're trying to get some external people to come in and assess the young people. We're really looking for dynamism, but also the energy and the enthusiasm for the dance. For example, if their technique is not necessarily at the most perfect point, it doesn't matter necessarily, because that's something they will gain through working with the company later on. But we're looking for really committed young people who wants to really be part of a group and want to drive the company forward. The idea is really for them to have a youth company, not just classes, being really belonging to a group, driving that group, bringing some ideas, and being committed to come to residency and workshops and creating some shows together that they will perform as well later on. So I think we're really looking for people who are passionate about it rather than perfectly, technically able as well. The age group is from 14 until 21, which is a very exciting age, because they could have finished school and it's also good for young people who are, for example, in a gap year or want to go into dance schools after the A-levels, and sometimes when they're 18, 19, they haven't been successful, they can have that as another step to carry on progressing and then to apply from other schools. And we had previous participants who are now students at Laban and Northern Contemporary, but also other university.